Okay, so I am back in the workshop. It is Monday the 16th of September. It's looking pretty autumnal outside, misty here in Cornwall. Quite the difference from Thailand when you saw me last. So you might have already seen the other introduction I did maybe like a week ago, but I haven't had the camera in the workshop. So I'll reiterate. Basically, we've extended the lease. We negotiated with the landlords. We extended the lease that expired on the 21st of August. It was a 5-year commercial lease. We extended that by 12 months. And we're cracking back on. So what I have is a long wheelbase T6 in here that we're doing a day van conversion. It's going to have a rock and roll bed frame, Rymo elevating roof. You can just about, maybe not see, we've got the old Mercedes MB100D back. And I'm going to be finishing off that, so you're going to see some of that in this video. I'm hopefully going to be doing a lot of that this week. Got the yellow 4x4 Mercedes Sprinter coming back in. It's been in storage for over a year, and the Australian couple are back over in the UK. They're bringing it down to us. A few bits of snagging, a few little bits and pieces to sort out with it before they go off on their first adventure around Europe. So I'll give you a bit of a tour of that, and I'll show you what we get up to, and you'll probably meet those guys in the video. We've also got a Sprinter, a new shape Sprinter, medium wheelbase, coming all the way over from Sweden, and that should be arriving today as well. So we're going to be building that. I say we, I'm going to be building that over the next few months. That's a really nice story there with those guys. So hopefully hear a bit more about that. A really lovely couple. Or family. So busy week here in the workshop. Got to be filming various bits and pieces, and this will be the next onwards update. And back to it. This will be number 20. This will be build number 29. The Sprinter will be build number 30. Haven't given the MB100D a number yet. And I've moved around the workshop quite a bit, just so that it's a lot more suited just to me working. Still a little bit messy over on this side. Moved the bench over here. It's pretty jam-packed. Got the Rymo elevating roof in its box over there. So quite busy in here, but back to it. And let's see how this week goes. First task on the T6 is last week I cut the apertures for the bonded windows. So I fitted the tailgate bonded windows just now, and I've got a near side or passenger side sliding bonded window that's going to go in, and then we'll do the driver's side. So I'm sure you're aware of how these are fitted, but basically you cut the aperture. I've got a rubber seal that goes on there. We clean and prime and prep this sliding bonded window, add the adhesive onto there, and then just carefully stick it in place. And the worry with these is if you get the sealant too thick or in the wrong place, and when you get that one chance to actually stick these windows on, if the sealant squeezes out, it can look really crappy. So you kind of get that one chance just to stick it up and on. I like to put the bottom edge in first and then lift it up. So we do that now. All right, we've got the two newest employees of Onwards Adventure Vehicles, David and Rennie. We're
doing a bit of fettling.
Fettling of the rear drawer.
Yeah, the rear
and
drawer.
We've got the various contents of their garage area.
Yeah.
And fettling the...
Not dirty underwear or anything in there.
But this is the big yellow 4x4 Sprinter that's back. And these guys have come all the way from Australia via Wales. We'll get you guys to do a tour once it's all back together. Yeah, it is really cool to see all of the... Well, you've made it your own, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. I put a safe. I don't know if I showed you that.
Oh, you don't want to put that on YouTube.
Yeah.
We won't say where the safe is. You two make quite the team.
That's got hot
So we've got a tiny little bit of fettling to do with this little catch.
Yeah. We've done one side, and now we just do the other.
So David and Renee have just left to have some lunch, and it's Tuesday afternoon, and it's really nice to have the big yellow Sprinter back in the workshop. So it's been in storage for a year. Well, those guys sort of plans changed, but it's Tuesday today, as I said, and they're catching a ferry over to France from Dorset on Thursday. I think they've had 2 nights in the van thus far, one down here in Cornwall and one in Wales. But it's really good to see it just ram full of their gear, garage area, bikes, just tons of equipment. It's such a beast. Snag list is a few bits and pieces, wiring and a TV transformer, putting some labels on some switches, fitting a mirror, fitting an extra storage pouch. I've got my list here that I've been working through. So the guys were fettling their drawer, but yeah, here's my list of snagging. So it's going to be with us for 2 days. Make a new blind for the porthole. So as I say, it's a bit of a blast from the past really, because this one was built. You probably saw some of it. It was built and then went into storage. So everyone, a few people on YouTube I think were commenting and social media, when we're going to see the yellow one. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have a sort of closer look at it. But we'll just do a sort of a quick walk around. Obviously, it's huge and it barely fits in the workshop. But we've got the side pods, bonded windows, big old solar array up the top with the Rymo elevating roof, max fan on the side here that's for the shower, Sites S4 windows. It's a left-hand drive, 5-ton vehicle, so shitting hell. There you go, me tripping over step ladders. We've got Max Tracks on the top, there's a Max Air fan, there's a Fiamma F45 L awning. I'll give you a quick peek inside. So it's a bit dingy because it is in the workshop, but obviously they've got all their gear in here. But these are the Shieldman seats, got access up there to the pop top. All their gear, but got the kitchen down here, the Roco floor, the main bed area. I've got some of the electrics open at the moment because we were fitting the TV transformer. Let's throw some of the lights on. So main bed area, I've got a flip down TV that the guys fitted. Obviously it's a little bit messy at the moment because we've got all the cupboards empty, but yeah, we've got a cooker and hob here, sink, step up, that's access through to the garage that usually has a hatch in it, large 110 litre fridge, big cupboard on the top here, nice Roco trim. We've got, let me throw that, shower tray, compost toilet, double travelling seats here, these 2 swivel, obviously over cab storage. Look at that. There's camper van for you. And this big table comes out on Lagoon table base, and this big cab area. When these 2 Shieldman seats, these are awesome by the way. Look at these. It's got heated seats. They're such a nice finish. Excuse the dust and stuff on the floor. I do have pads down, but the guys have been jumping in and out as well. But I brought the Roco floor right the way up into the cab area here. Really lovely, comfy captain seats. Yeah, it's an absolute beast. Ash cladding on the ceiling. It's nice to see it. It's nice to see it being used. Obviously, it being in storage for a year means that it gets a little bit nerve-wracking because you're thinking, wow, it's going to come out of storage. They're going to give it its first shakedown and come across these sort of niggles. A little bit of the sealant in the shower has come away. I'm going to be replacing just white silicone in the corners. But yeah, it's an absolute beast. I need to put some labels up. This little Roco trim control panel, I need to put some labels up here. You can see some of the wiring. This panel goes up and covers all of that, sits inside of the cupboard, so you've got gauges for the 3 tanks and isolator for the solar, and so that goes, screws up in place and then is hidden when this cupboard goes down. But it's smart, really smart. Cozy in the back here. Actually, I think they've left the radio on. yeah, they've got their own Wi-Fi in here. You can see the finish. Actually, I'll show you that. It's nice tiled finish right the way around, and the porthole there. Yeah, I was well happy with this one, and this whole project was done remotely, so I hadn't even met these guys when they commissioned us. They were living over in Sydney. I think David's originally from Wales, René is Australian, and yeah, I remember I was stood on top of a van, I think, when I got the first call from David, and then 2 years later the van exists, and they're here to take it off on their first adventure. So yeah, not quite complete. This is the start of the kind of aftercare phase of Onwards, you know. Nice little Oroco worktop extension. There you go. They're a handy couple as well. They've just been in the workshop and they've been fitting a big mosquito net on the rear doors. They asked, you know, can we come through and do the work at the workshop? And I thought, as soon as it's just me, no worries. You know, obviously, if they were to damage themselves, then it would be on them. But orange upholstery too. Yeah, 3-point seat belts. This is a nice feature as well. You've got the storage, the book storage here, and then open it up, and you've got a full-length mirror. Ta-da! Me. Shower door. Super smart. Super smart. So it's already lifted, and then obviously it's got the extra height because of the Rymo elevating roof, and it is, yeah, about as big as you can get. About as big as you can get. The guys have added various little bits and pieces to make it their own. It's nice to see where people end up storing stuff, because the design phase is just trying to anticipate what people are going to store, having that conversation. Okay, got the rear doors open, and this is the garage area. The guys have fitted their own bug wall mosquito nets today, so they've been doing that themselves in the workshop. And yeah, they've got these storage on the back doors here, really handy. Main drawer with their bikes. You can see it's pretty full, making really good use of this space. I've pulled a couple of bags out because I put some labels down here. We've got the main isolators and some switches for the tank heaters. Got all these tie downs in various locations. But yeah, this main drawer that pulls out, we've got all of the main electrical system underneath in these lockers. Excuse the paper, it's just bits that the owners have put in there. But yeah, we've got a big old lithium battery bank. Says 400 amp hours of lithium. You see it's all labelled up. We've got the Orion TR smart charger, and yeah, the rest of it is looking really neat. This has got 2 separate tanks, one on the near side, one on the off side, and all the plumbing is in this locker, and you can fill the tanks separately, and you can actually isolate them and draw from separate tanks too. But yeah, you can see that is the way that a garage area is meant to be used. And the great thing about this van is obviously it's a 5-ton gross vehicle, so obviously there's licensing implications with that. I personally would not be able to drive this vehicle. I don't have the right license, but yeah, it just means you can carry a lot more, and it meant that when it came to the build that we could fit a lot more to this vehicle that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to with a 3.5 ton vehicle. And this is the bed area, no lights on, but you see we've got the fan, max air fan at the back here, all the cupboards, that TV folds down. But yeah, they're ready to go off on their first adventure. Get these bags back in here. But yeah, give you an idea of what a garage area looks like when it is full and ready for an adventure. I really like these storage pockets they put on the back here. We fitted those speakers. Obviously, we trimmed all these doors up. So the van came from Belgium, and it's funny. I actually had a DHL driver just come in here and say, "Oh, is that one of our X vans?" And I I was like, no, unless you had 5-ton 4x4s, I don't think it is. But Wednesday, and one of the last things to do for the sprint is to make a couple of blinds, one for the porthole window and 2 for the bonded sliding windows in the pockets. So I've got a nice offcut of the Chimera mainline flax, which is a really lovely wool fabric in this sort of neutral colour, like a wheat colour. Got an offcut of this from a previous project. So I'm going to cut out 2 rectangles with hem allowance, and then another larger sort of square shape for the porthole. Get those hemmed up, get some snap fasteners fitted to those, and some tie backs, and that'll be those blinds done. These fell off the end of the project towards the end because the pickup and the storage sort of was changed. So yeah, they fell off the end. But yeah, cut these rectangles out, get the sewing machine on the go, and should expect the guys to come back through. They're staying in the van at a local campsite down at Gunwallow last night and the night before, and I think they're staying again tonight, and then they're off to Poole in Dorset to get the ferry over to Cherbourg, I think. But yeah, nice simple job to do. I realise I don't have any berry pins, so I've got to go off and get some of those so that I can get the hems ready to sew. But the life of an adventure vehicle builder. Here we go. So this is David and Renee and Ringo, the big yellow submarine. So what's that? We've had 2 days of tinkering.
Yeah, a bit of fettling is the same word. There you go. I did the...
All right, there it is. Renee. Yeah. It does look cosy, doesn't it? The orange is awesome.
Yeah. Everything's orange.
Everything's orange. Yeah, for sure. The onwards orange has rubbed off on you guys. Yeah.
Well, it was bought from Holland, so that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
They're orange. Yeah.
So what's hilarious is I thought I'd filmed the guys leaving and waving to them as they went off on their adventure, but didn't press the record button stupidly. But yeah, they just left, and that feels like mission complete. And it's really lovely. Spent sort of 2 days with them while they tinkered, and I finished the last few bits that we'd sort of committed to do. And yeah, nice to get to know them, nice to hear a bit more about their plans, and just realise that we're all just searching for the same things in life, and that's their catalyst for their adventures, and try and make their dreams come true. But yeah, thanks to David and Renee for trusting Onwards and me and all of the guys that helped me build that absolute beast of a sprinter. I'll put it into the little folder that I've got in my mind of slight anxiety from all of the vehicles that we built that are cruising around various parts of the UK and Europe. I expect to maybe hear from them in the next sort of week or two once they've had their real sea trials and shakedown, and maybe there's some further niggles with the systems and stuff. And that's not to be self-deprecating, that's just to be realistic, because it's a bespoke van. There's no other like it. There's a lot of complexity, and now it's going to be used. But yeah, that's enjoyable. It might be an email, it might be a phone call, it might be a text message with questions on how to work stuff, and that's enjoyable. That is enjoyable. But yeah, wish them the best of luck, and on to the next one. Thursday, I've got another one of our previous builds back in, which is this long wheelbase Volkswagen T6 with the Navigator layout, and this is owned by Chris and Jane, and I've already taken some of the covers and bits and pieces out. Basically, we've got a nasty smell coming from the plumbing, so I suspect that just needs a clean out. I'm going to take the pump apart and just inspect the diaphragm, check there's no debris in there. The data cables that run all of the Victron, one of them seems to have a dodgy connection. It's turning the system off, so we're going to replace the one that goes from the external BMS right the way up to the Multiplus controller. Yeah, again, another day of remedying. slight issues with conversions. This one's 2 years old. These guys have used it an absolute ton. They said they went to France this year in it, absolutely no problems. And yeah, just sorting these little bits out for them. It's probably going to take me most of the day. I've just dropped them down in town. They're getting the bus over to Porthleven with their dog. It's a beautiful sunny day here in, I need to say Thailand then, in Cornwall. I'll give you a little peek in the back of this. So this is the navigator layout. I'm going to open this up. It's the navigator layout, and it's also got a little section in the middle with a fold out seat. I'll show you. We've taken all of the upholstery out, put it on the bench. But here is the navigator layout. You've got all of these hatches for storage, which are really handy. And obviously electrical panel I've taken off. But yeah, underneath here there is a space for folding a Agouti seat, so you can actually safely have a fourth passenger in this place. And you've got a swivelling double there, so yeah, I'm going to sort out these bits and pieces. What bits I love about this van are it's all ash joinery, which isn't really done justice on the film. But yeah, I love that switch panel. How cool is that? Yeah, these guys done a really good job of making it their own. And you've got that ash-clad elevating ceiling board too, which we'll get up when I take a look at the solar panel. But I love how the trim, you see the cord lining goes all the way, and on the bottom of the shelf there, awesome little blind that we made up, little Roku spotlight underneath there too. Yeah, badass. This van is rad. But yeah, I'm going to go get a little panel out there which has the pump down, you can see, and then there's a conduit behind there that goes behind the panel up to that switchboard. So I'm going to try and pull the new RJ45. Got a big one, 5 metre, and a small one. And you can see we've got all of their nice blue upholstery just on the bench here with some plastic so it doesn't get messy. But yeah, this is, look at my watch, it's charging. This is Thursday in onwards, so let's crack on. Yeah, so you can see we used to make up these Ethernet cables. You can see it's had a bit of tape fitted in it, but this connection just in the back of the remote for the MultiPlus is just a pain. So yeah, replace it with the Victron standard RJ45. We made a load of these Ethernet cables up in the past and had absolutely no problems with them, but this one just seems to be an issue. So pull that back through, pull that back down through the conduit, get it into that electrical area down there, and it should be golden. So that was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that conduit was a lot more jam-packed full of wires, but got the old data cable out and got the new one fed through from the top there. It's plugged into the remote, it's down the bottom. I trialled it as well before I even pulled that cable through, and this one obviously is redundant now. Yeah, love it. I've just got to put the drawers back in, put the plumbing panel back up in place. What we've done is I've just that nicely back into place. There we go. What I've done is I've replaced this pipe here because it's just the version without the stainless coil inside. So I think it was kinked, and also what I've done is I've adjusted the pressure on the pump and I've recharged the expansion on the accumulator, so the pump is running a lot smoother. Yeah, so just got to fix that back up in place. There's a shelf that goes in here. You can see you've got all the electrics behind there, gas, and yeah, it's successful. There you go. Here's a floor view of the ash-clad ceiling board, bedboard that goes up on those gas struts. Lovely. 80mm wide, 5mm thick, all individually plugged onto that CNC board. This has actually got a micro Heki vent as well that you can open up to it, 280 by 280 square. All these grey matched ash boards. This is Van Yoga. it's interesting because I'll show you is how nice the lining is. Right, look at that lining. Look at how the cord comes down in here. Pretty pucker, if I do say so myself. There's so much campervan content out there on YouTube, and sometimes you think, Jesus, is it even worth adding to this bloody saturated ocean? But there's something different about all this stuff. I have to believe that, and I do believe it's different. Yeah, here's Chris. Hey, Chris. No problem. Yeah, it's all looking good. Yeah, no rush. I'll be here till 4:30. So you guys finish your lunch, and yeah, I'll be here. So no rush. Yeah. So I've screwed that back into place. That batten was just glued, but I put 2 screws in there. That's nice and solid. Replaced the pipe for the plumbing. I've run that quite a few times, and yeah, the oscillations off and on has reduced dramatically. Sealed up the bolts, and yeah, replaced the data cable, and it's all looking good. So 3 o'clock. All right, awesome. Cheers, Chris. Bye. There you go. That's Chris, who owns the van with his wife Jane. And yeah, this is it. Don't overthink it. This is an honest look at our navigator layout. And I said to these guys, "Do you rent it out?" And they said, "No, they're too attached to it," which is fair enough. But I think that this is I think this is the best use of space in a T6 for sure. I genuinely do. Yeah, this is a swivel, so in effect you've got seats for 4, which, yeah, the only other option would be to have a full width rock and roll bed, which would fit into the other day van. So, and then you'd be able to drive 5 people, but sleeping 5 people. Obviously different if there's kids, but this is the one for me. Show you another couple more details on this little pop-up extension. Yeah, they've got the option to put the Guti folding seat in there, which lifts out all the electrics and the lithium in there. What I like is we've also got all this satin lacquer, and it's got these OG storage pouches with the grey. Yeah, badass. Stitches and steel. Sorry, those guys started their company around the same sort of time as we started Onwards. Actually, no, maybe a little bit before that, but we gave them a free advert in one of the first Rolling Home journals. It's funny. There's so many companies: Stitches and Steel, Quacky Campers, loads of other conversion companies that all started around the same sort of time, and it's great to see where they're at and where everyone has got to with their businesses. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much the week done. It's been a busy week for sure, and yeah, the first of many. So tomorrow I'm going to get that T6 back in, carry on with turning that into a day van, and that's probably going to be the end of this video. I don't know how long this is going to be. It's probably going to be quite a short one, but first one after being back in the workshop. Hope you enjoyed watching it. As always, like, subscribe, comment. It's always nice to hear from people that have taken the time to watch these videos. Yeah, any feedback is much appreciated. Yeah, obviously don't if it's too negative, then maybe don't think about putting it out there, because I will find you and I will kill you. Nice one. See you soon.